there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking love and marriage, Huntsville. You guys know why you are here today. We are talking because the former Love and Marriage Huntsville producer Sunni is denying still that she betrayed Destiny by marrying her ex-boyfriend or whatever, ex-situationship, whatever. So we're going to talk about it. So the other day via Urban Bell, shout out to them. It says the following, says, former Love and Marriage Huntsville producer denies betraying Destiny Payton by marrying ex-boyfriend. Love and Marriage Huntsville star Destiny Payton has returned to the show for the upcoming episodes, while Destiny was let go for not sharing enough about her personal life. Gee, I think I've said that before. But nonetheless, she has had a lot to share now. Months ago, Destiny made some controversial accusations during an interview. That I think they're referring to the Dear Wifey podcast. She alleged that the former field producer assigned to her, Sunni Meeks, recently married her ex-boyfriend, Moses Monroe. She claimed the situation bothered her because she confided in Sunni and disclosed the relationship with her. So the point Destiny returning to Love and Marriage Huntsville was to confront Moses and Sunni. Interestingly enough, the couple addressed the situation during a radio interview. When on 100.3, the Beat host asked Sunni if she was friends with Destiny at one point, Sunni denied that they were ever friends. No, it was like a work associate. I was just getting to know her in terms of that, and I was really just doing my job. I was a good producer. They all liked me because I was easy to talk to. They felt like they were talking to one of their homegirls. So I think to her, the line got blurred because my job is to make you tell me stuff and to seem like I'm friendly. This dynamic sounds like a dynamic of Carlos King and Martel. That there is no lines that are blurred, you guys. Nonetheless, let's continue. The radio host then said, so could you put together the storyline? And Sunni's like, yeah. And so the host was like, okay, is it likely that Destiny thought Sunni may have used information from their past conversations to pursue Moses, and she denied doing this? No, because she really, what does it say? She really didn't talk about him like that. He never even really showed up for her on camera. So he was like a mystery man to everybody, even me and the audience. Sunni and Moses confirmed they met through Destiny, but they didn't begin dating until a year later. They're both from St. Louis, so they ran back into each other in their hometown. Sunni doesn't believe she backstabbed Destiny because she never considered her a friend, you guys. To be honest with you, I don't know what to make of this. Because on one end, if you're confiding in somebody about whomever, about a romantic interest, situationship, entanglement, whatever, and then like a year later you pop up with that person. Even if you're not besties, like you kind of knew that, hey, this was somebody she was talking to you about. Now, where it becomes a little dicey for me, where it becomes a little sketchy for me, is because I don't know the extent of this Destiny and Moses thing, right? Because there's all types of rumors, everything from they were hot and heavy to this was just like a friends with benefit situationship that lasted a long time, that never became anything more than a physical relationship of sorts. But nonetheless, I just don't understand why we have to have yet another side chick storyline, you guys. Whether it is, they're going to say Destiny was a side chick to Moses, and then they're going to try to make it seem like what Sunni was a side chick to whatever was going on with Moses and Destiny. Like, I just don't understand, because it's like, where's the professionalism? Why is the show called Love and Marriage Huntsville, and we're not discussing any romance, you guys? We're not discussing, like I said, any, property management, property preservation, building of any communities in Huntsville, and giving back to the Black community, which was the whole point of the Comeback Group initiative, you guys.
And instead, we have to always do a love triangle because Carlos King has zero original ideas, you guys. Zero. And I don't know, at this point, we need to ask the question, is Carlos King trying to reenact what he has seen growing up in his childhood? Is this all that he knows? Is this what he thinks the dynamic should be based off of his, own experience? Because nothing else makes sense to hone in so hard on making all of these women be like, listen, none of you are bosses. None of you are successful. You either have to be meek and quiet under your loud and authoritative husband, or quote unquote listen to him, as like Marceau likes to say that his wife listens to him. Or if you're too outspoken, or you're too independent, or you've got too much going on for you that's too much of a threat that makes whoever you're dealing with intimidated by you, now we have to break you down in some way, right? And so when everything else doesn't work, when you've exhausted all the options, let's throw in a love triangle. Because why not, right? Or if you didn't even have any options to begin with, let's start with the love triangle, like what they did season 1 with Maurice, his ex-wife, and Kimmy, you guys. Make it make sense. I don't know why Carlos King thinks that this is entertaining, because it's not, right? And it's weird because Destiny did like a whole 2-hour interview basically coming for her ex-husband. Like, can we at least see LeBeric on the show? Can we at least get the true tea on what happened there? Can somebody let us know what actually was the truth as it pertains to Destiny and LeBeric? Here's the problem. There are so many fans that are confused about this whole Destiny, Sunni, Moses situation, that there are people, you guys, there are casual fans that actually think that Moses is Destiny's ex-husband. Has completely forgotten the existence of LeBeric, you guys. But that's how, off base this show is. That's how off track these storylines have been. So it is not a surprise to me that people think that Moses is Destiny's ex-husband. Right? Like, he somehow has been elevated, you guys. And it doesn't make anything better that she's up here talking about the names that they were supposed to name their kids together and all these things. And it's like, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing for all parties involved, right? It's embarrassing for Destiny because she gave us nothing on the show. And now, towards the end of her run on the show, she decided that she was just going to start this beef with Mel and make Mel, like, quote unquote, this bad friend. And she kept, again, running everything back to Martell being messy, not being a good friend. And was not telling us enough information of what was going on her life, right? Claimed that there were all these gag orders and all these things that she couldn't say about her divorce proceedings and anything going on with LeBeric, but she had no issue on the Dear Future Wifey podcast dragging her ex-husband and saying that he likes to keep her in court and keep her in trouble and all of these things, you guys. So therefore, that's one side of it, right? The other side of this is Sunni. You were a Love and Marriage Huntsville producer at one point, right? Now, the question is, did you have to quit the show? Did this, whatever happened with Moses, did this happen while you were still a producer on the show? Or did this happen after? Now, I know the quote-unquote official story is like, hey, we ran into each other a year later. But what's the real story, you guys? What is the actual story on that, right? Because I would think in my mind that if you're getting involved with a cast member, either you're like, it would be like kind of like a Candy and Todd situation to where he would no longer be a producer and then ultimately would be on the show as her, boyfriend, fiance, then husband, right? It is what I surmise this Sunni and Moses situation is, right? But the other side of this as well is we really didn't see much of Destiny and Moses to make this be like some grand love story that was, completely destroyed by Sunni or something. And then the other side of this is, where's the accountability for Moses, you guys? Why isn't anybody dragging Moses? Why do people always come for the woman The women always go back and forth, but when it's the men who are running game on the both of you, Moses is giving opportunist vibes. It's giving vibes that he feels that Sunni could elevate him in ways Destiny could not. And so why not just go full throttle with a wedding and whatever else, right? And to see if her connections in the entertainment industry are still sufficient enough to get him to where he wants to go, allegedly, right? But nothing makes sense with any of this storyline, you guys. Like I said, this is just another example of Carlos King just throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. And all he knows is love triangles and on side chicks and baby mamas and all these things. And we don't care. We really don't, you guys. What does Destiny have going for herself? Did Madani ever reopen? What is she doing for a living? Chasing around Moses and Sunni in Huntsville? What is happening, right? But it's just a lot because it's like the show comes back in a couple of days, and I feel like we're about to get some lackluster foolery, and it's giving gutter, it's giving lowdown, it's giving people do not want to talk about their real lives. So let me come back on the show and get turned up over a situationship that was 5 minutes. Can you make it make sense? And then what is that going to put in perspective into LeBeric's eyes, Destiny's ex-husband? Because if the rumor is true that Destiny and Moses have been entangled for a lot longer than what people think, then that puts into question the timeline of her and LeBeric's relationship, situationship as well. And that can explain a lot of things as to why Destiny was complaining that originally, what was it? Her and the son were originally not on LeBeric's veterans insurance, right? His VA health insurance, because you know if you got VA benefits, if you're a veteran, you know. You already know what time it is, you guys. But that stood out to me out of everything Destiny said in that video. I was like, I wonder why insurance would be an issue. Why you would not initially be on somebody's insurance. Why the kid initially wouldn't be on somebody's insurance if you guys are supposedly a family. That's when I was like, something is not adding up here. The math is not mathing. Is there an issue with this timeline that we were not privy to, that we were not aware of? And now we're getting these little droplets now because, Destiny needed to get herself back in the news. And I find it interesting, you guys. Because a lot of us speculated when we saw this Dear Future Wifey podcast interview, because it was giving Martell vibes that this sit down, for however long, out of nowhere was going to be used as material for Love and Marriage Huntsville to force a storyline upon us. And I feel like this is going to be the same thing. But what I feel like they're going to do is they're not going to include the stuff about LeBeric. They're going to make the focus of her sit-down interview in the Dear Future Wifey podcast be about this Sunni and Moses thing. And elevate this and escalate this into something that it never was, you guys. But nobody looks good in this situation at all. There is nobody that is getting a round of applause because everyone looks ridiculous in the situation. And there is not enough money for the alleged $2,500 an episode to be doing this type of foolery, you guys. And I can't even believe people are saying that that's a lot of money. Because I'm like, where are you guys from? like this is not on the level of Bravo money, even on the low level. Even as a friend of on a Bravo show, it is not this low level, you guys. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.